Hello and welcome to the preview week. This is the Pack Podcast. Michael here. I got alongside my guys, Forrest, Carl, and Case. We are ready to bring you the action for this Saturday night, the hunt after the harvest. Dog Pound Championship Wrestling at the historic Woodlawn Gym in San Antonio, Texas. Here it is, Hunt After the Harvest, November 27th at the historic Woodlawn Gym in San Antonio, Texas. DogPoundDojo.com, where you can see all the action, read up on the wrestlers, and get to know who you're going to see this weekend. Streaming only on the TSW Plus network. Meet and greets at 5 o'clock from 5 to 6 p.m. with a bell time start at 7 p.m. We've got a lot to get to, a lot of action, so let's get underway. Before we get to the action, we have to make a huge announcement. The kids camp is coming to the Dog Pound. We've got an autograph signing with Black Widow, face painting, learn wrestling moves from the pros, face painting, and other activities. We've got the HAAS kids coming to town. This is going to be a great family-friendly environment, great event, really going to bring the energy leading up to the show that night. So that is going to be prior to Hunt After the Harvest. Bring your kids, bring your family. It's going to be a great time. The kids camp starts at 12 p.m. Saturday, November 27th. One more huge announcement that you need to know. The Pack Podcast and Dog Pound Championship Wrestling have come together to present a sign contest. $100 to the fan that brings the best sign to the show Saturday night. We want to see it. The colors, the wittiness, the creativity. Bring it. Bring it. Let's have it on full display. That is this Saturday, $100 prize to the best sign. Before we get to the matches, we've been hearing the rumblings. We've seen it on social media for weeks now. General Manager Aaron Presley has a huge announcement this Saturday. Nobody knows who it is. We've been doing the podcast for weeks now. We don't know who it is. We interview talent up and down. We have not learned of anything. It's pure speculation up until this point. I'm going to open it up to our team here. Let's start with Forrest. What do you see happening? What do you think General Manager Presley has for us?
I think it's some sort of belt or championship that is going to be the Dog Pound Championship. I think. That's what I think.
Case, what do you think?
Man, now, I love Forrest's idea, but I think it may have something to do with the fact that Teddy Long hasn't appeared yet, and he's affiliated with Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. Now, maybe it's for a future appearance, or it may be at that show. Anyways, just be there and find out. But I think it's going to be Teddy Long. Carl, what do you think?
Case, I don't know. Aaron is keeping this under wraps. I asked him personally for a hint, and his hint was, you've got to be there for this. This is going to be huge. So I suggest everybody be there. But I'm thinking, I'm kind of going with Forrest. There's, we don't have a title match or a title, titles yet. So it could be a announcement of a heavyweight Dog Pound Championship heavyweight title. That would be my guess. That's what I'm hoping for too. So I just can't wait. It's going to be huge though.
All right. I'll be the one to say it. Charlie Haas has called out Chris Jericho for weeks now. I'm going to make the prediction right here. Chris Jericho shows up to the Dog Pound to go one-on-one with Charlie Haas. We want to see it. Chris, take the challenge.
We got to hear Judas in the pit.
One final announcement, pro wrestling camp and tryout. We had the kids camp for the kiddos. We also have the camp and tryout for anyone looking to break into the business. Join the ranks of Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. Start time 12 p.m. Live taping tryouts on the TSW Plus network. That's Texas Style Wrestling Network. Be strong. Come and join the pack. Come to the camp. Includes a meet and greet and one general admission ticket. That's this Saturday at 12 p.m. at the Woodlawn Gym.
I joined Dog Pound Championship for one reason. I want to find out who's the best. Then I want to face the best until I am the best. on November 27th, I may very well be up against the best. At the Woodlawn Gym, I got moonshine. One-on-one in the pit. Go to fight. They're going to find out who's the best. And it is going to be a fight. It ain't going to be a match. It's going to be a dog fight. Because Moonshine, I've been watching him my whole career. He's one of the biggest, baddest guys in the ring. But they call me Alex Arsenal for a reason. Because I got speed. Because I can fly high. Because I'm a technical wrestler. So, yeah, you may be bigger than me. Hell, you may be better than me. But on 27th, you'll find out you're truly better.
We just heard from Alex Arsenal as he takes on Moonshine Mantell this Saturday. This is one of the most highly contested contests. I know this is a match that the Pack Podcast guys have been very much looking forward to. I'm going to kick us off. This is a prediction show where you have to make tough choices. We've got so many good matches ahead. This is only the beginning. Now, to set the scene, Alex Arsenal picked up a huge victory against Charlie HAAS at Nightmare at the Woodlawn, something none of us expected, bursting onto the dog pound scene with a huge victory. With that being said, I think Alex continues the momentum, takes down Moonshine Mantell, in what will be another ginormous upset. I think Alex has huge potential moving forward in Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. This is only the beginning. 2-0 going into December. I can only imagine what General Manager Presley has in store for him coming off of a huge victory against Moonshine. So I'm going with Alex Arsenal in this one. Carl, what do you got?
Mike, this has definitely been a tough one. I know here with the Pack, we've been debating back and forth with this, but they're both great guys. It's going to be a tough match, but I'm with you on this. Alex was just on our show a couple of weeks ago, and after talking to him and the history him and Mantell has had, I think he told us that he lost a year or two ago to Mantell, and I know he's probably on track and wanting to get his name back after that loss with him. But coming from that win over Charlie HAAS and how what we witnessed from him that night, I'm gonna definitely go with Alex on this one. Case.
Oh man. Now everyone's been talking about how this has been a tough decision. Not a tough decision. Alex Arsenal blows through Moonshine Mantell. He defeated Charlie HAAS. Let me repeat that. Charlie HAAS, the wrestling legend, beat him. He 1-0. Undefeated. Undefeated for a reason, and he's going to stay that way. Now, Forrest, what is your prediction?
Moonshine all day. You best believe it. He's hotter than ever. Arsenal is hot. It's gonna be the best match of the night, but Moonshine's gonna overpower him with the experience. I think he's got more experience, and I think he's motivated as ever. And I think Moonshine is gonna surprise you all.
I would say hear, but we didn't hear much. We just saw a lot of uncomfortable things from a killer clown named Stewie. I'll open it up to you guys. This is someone who's had a back and forth with Luke 9. Uncomfortable to watch, to say the least. But what do you expect?
I like you said, didn't see or didn't hear a lot, but actions speak louder than words, and staring creepily at me scares me, so I can respect that. But another thing that's quite scary is that Stewie the Clown has friends. But as we saw in the last show, this guy actually has friends, and obviously Luke 9 was not ready for him to have friends, especially not the tiny ones. Threw him off his game. And I think we could be leading up to a rubber match. Luke 9 took the first match. Stewie took the second one. I feel like we need to have a third and final match to figure out who is the better competitor. But obviously, Stewie is more than ready. What do you guys think?
Okay, so I don't know. That was scary. Stewie, like I said, he didn't say much at all, but the look on his face was, I don't know. What can we expect Saturday night from Stewie? Is he going to, show up? Is Luke 9 going to be there? We don't know. So that was a scary video, though. So you never know from Stewie. So I just don't know what to say. From what happened the last show, you never know. It's gonna be crazy. So, Forrest, what do you think?
I think I'm with Case. I think it's gonna be a rubber match with Luke 9. That's what I think it's gonna be.
You know what I see when I look at this heavy bag? I see one top dog, Rodney Mack. That's right. After all these years, one man Mike DELL is going to face Rodney Mack at the historic Woodlawn Gym on November 27th for Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. That's right. Yours truly will be in-house. Now, on to our match, Rodney. I have nothing but the deepest respect for you, but come on. Do you really belong in the same ring with one man Mike DELL? I'm not seeing it. I'm just not freaking seeing it. But I'll give you a solid, Rodney. I will show up that night, and I will beat your ass from pillar to pillar. Nothing's going to matter, Rodney. I don't care about all your accolades, all you've done in this business. It's great and all, but it ain't one man's freaking height. You know what I'm saying? Height of that ladder that I climbed so many damn times, Rodney. And I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to be looking down on your ass.
We just heard from Mike DELL in our next matchup of the night. Rodney Mack with Jazz in his corner taking on Mike DELL. This is our next match of the night. And Mike DELL, in his words, says he doesn't see it. Well, I hate to tell you, Mike, but I do see it. I see Rodney marching in, picking up another decisive victory, continuing his reign of terror and at the Dog Pound. At the last show, Nightmare at the Woodlawn, there was some tricky business with Gotti, and it got really messy. But I think in this contest, I think it's going to be just a straight dog fight. It's going to be pound for pound. I give Rodney Mack the edge. Forrest, what do you think?
Mike, I'm going to have to agree with you. I haven't really seen a lot of Mike DELL, but from what I've seen, I've heard he's really good, but he's not taking down the top dog, Rodney Mack. Rodney Mack's going to pull it out. Case, what you got?
Man, we have some Mike on Mike action here. I mean, I have to agree with you guys. Like we've said, myself, I haven't seen a lot of Mike DELL, and I've seen a lot of Rodney Mack, and I've seen a lot of Jazz. And Jazz, cannot be oversaid the importance of her at ringside for Rodney. Absolutely fantastic to have in your corner. And it's Rodney Mack. It's the Red Dog. He getting the win. Carl, what do you got, bud?
Most definitely a case. Mike DELL, I have seen Mike DELL in a couple other promotions, and he is impressive. I don't want to take anything away from him. He's been in the business for several years, and I was impressed by him, but not as impressed as our dog, Rodney Mack, your Jazz. So the Bullies, I think, all the way on this one.
The Battle of the Haas Brothers, round 2. It's going to be a delight to see as Russ Haas takes on Charlie Haas, in which I believe Charlie Haas will be in the corner. Not sure of who, but he will be at ringside to catch the action. Chuck secured the victory at the last show, maintaining control of the Xbox. I can only imagine what this match is going to be for, but bragging rights to say the least. In these two, as I said, Chuck Haas picked up the huge victory at the last show. I'm going to give it to him again. But to be fair, we saw incredible action from both competitors, a wide variety of skill set moves on display, using the ropes, using aerial attacks, using some ground and pounds, some of that technique coming from Charlie. You can see it radiating from both of these competitors, but I'm going to give it to Chuck Haas. And let's keep in mind, this was the first match of Nightmare at the Woodlawn. And I can tell you, all of us, we were there live. This is what brought the energy to a new level in that gym. And especially if they kick off November 27th, I expect only the same. I give Chuck the edge.
Well, my opinion is Chuck got the win. He got the Xbox. But is he playing the Xbox too much? Is he not in training? Is he not mentally ready for this match with Russ? I don't think he is. I think he's playing Xbox. I think he might be playing a little Call of Duty, a little Halo. I think that he's not ready for this match, and Russ is coming back with a vengeance. I'm taking Russ. Carl, what you got?
Case, I want to agree with you on this one. I know Mike likes Chuck, and I do too. These are two great kids, very well trained by their dad and Charlie Haas, and I know he's so proud of them. Russ, after the loss, I know he's going to come back and just take it to Chuck, I think, on this one. I know all the superstars. This was a huge match. If guys, if y'all missed this is something to come and see right here. This is like a main event because these two kids, remember their names because they're going to be something someday for sure. But I'm going to go with Russ on this. And, but man, this is two great kids. It's hard to say that, but I love them both because of what they've done so far. But Russ on my pick. Forrest.
Man, this is a tough one, but I think I'm gonna have to agree with Case and Carl. I think Russ is gonna pull it out. I think the older brother coming back is gonna. Yeah, I think he's gonna beat little brother. So
it's top tier JAZMIN ALLURE, and this Saturday I will be making my return to the Woodlawn Gym in San Antonio, Texas, for Dog Pound Championship Wrestling, and I will be going on one-on-one with Misty Marks. I don't know much about you except that you're an up-and-comer, you're a rookie, and well, if I could give you any advice, it will be to don't underestimate me, okay? Porque yo soy todo menos mediocre. Y pronto lo sabrás. See you this Saturday.
We just heard from top tier JAZMIN ALLURE as she gets ready to take on Misty Marks. JAZMIN competed in tag team action at the last show, picking up a huge victory. Can she continue that momentum? If you ask me, I say yes. We've seen JAZMIN. We're very familiar with her work. Just a quality competitor, utilizes a wide variety of moves in and out of the ring. And I believe we see no different this Saturday. She continues that momentum, continues to plant herself as a dominant force in the women's division in Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. I'm going with JAZMIN ALLURE. Carl, how do you see it?
Oh, most definitely, Mike. I'm going to go with you on this. JAZMIN ALLURE, after we've seen her several times at some the different matches, and she's always impressive. Misty Marks is a great competitor too. We have seen her too, but I'm going to go with JAZMIN on this one all the way. Case, what do you think?
Man, like you had said, Carl, not to take anything away from Misty Marks. We had seen her in other companies, and she is absolutely a fantastic competitor. But JAZMIN ALLURE, I believe 21 years old, top tier, has appeared on AEW Dark. I mean, a fantastic talent. Like I said, top tier. And I see her coming out on top. I just do. And she's on a winning streak. And obviously, I feel as if she's going to continue so. Forrest, what do you think?
Not to take anything away Missy Marks, but it's going to have to be a clean sweep. I think it'll be JAZMIN Allure. Like you said, I think JAZMIN's hot right now, and I don't see her losing. So I think JAZMIN will pick up the dub.
Since here in the holiday season, I'm feeling a little bit more generous than I usually am. So on November 27th at the Woodlawn Gym, or the Pit, I'm going to give you, Christy James, the greatest gift you have received in a long time. I'm going to help you be relevant for one night only. You're welcome. Hey, you guys, Christy James, the Brazilian Wonder Woman, and on November 27th at Dog Pound Championship Wrestling, I take on Maddie Rinkowski, the reality queen. You know, when Jazz reached out to me to put an end to Maddie's tyranny, I really had to look her up. And then I remembered I had a match with her one time. And she literally was the nicest girl you've ever met. Well, obviously, times have changed. And now Maddie lies, cheats, and bullies her way to wins. Literally. Well, on November 27th, at the historic Woodlawn Gym for Dog Pound Championship Wrestling, this reality queen is about to get a reality check of her own. Happy holidays, Maddie.
We've heard from both competitors, Christy James and Maddie Rinkowski, as they get ready to face off this Saturday. We're much more familiar with Maddie Rinkowski at Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. She also competed in tag team action at the last show where she came up short. And she's looking to bounce back against Christy James, a very familiar face in the Texas wrestling scene. I'll kick it off. I don't like Maddie. I just don't. She's cocky, and I don't see what's backing that up. That's just me personally. So I'm looking forward to Christy James coming in and giving Miss Reality the reality check. Christy James picks up the victory. Forrest, what do you think?
I have to agree with you. Chrissy's gonna give Maddie an attitude adjustment. I think she's gonna learn to. She can't be talking to people like that. So I think Chrissy's gonna pull it out. Case, what you got?
Speaking of attitude adjustment, John Cena, come on the show. Anyways, Maddie Rinkowski and I have heat every single show she sees me. She says, ew, and then walks away. Hurts my feelings. I don't know if she does, if you know this or not, but I don't really think she cares. Christy James one time hugged me, so me and her are good. So I have to go Christy James. I mean, it's an easy win for her. However, I cannot take away from Maddie Rinkowski. She did lose last show, but she did not get pinned. She was not the one that got her shoulder pin 1, 2, 3. So she does have an excuse. I'm sure she would use it if given the opportunity. But I feel as if Christy James is going to come out on top. Like Mike said, a familiar face in Texas wrestling scene. And we're all huge fans, completely, utterly huge fans of Christy James. And I have to take her in this match. Carl, what do you got?
Oh, Case, most definitely. Huge fans of Christy James. We've seen her several times. And I think she's got this for sure. Maddie has just been running over everybody at the Dog Pound so far. But I think her stint's coming to an end Saturday night there in San Antonio. So most definitely Christy James.
Yes, it's me, the myth, the legend, Frank Stone, hated by many, loved by few, respected by all. And I heard the word on the street is DPCW going down on November 27th. And it's all happening at the historic Woodlawn Gym that they are now calling the Pit. That's right. All the toughest competitors are going to be there. That is where gladiators go to war. And I'm coming, and I'm ready for war.
We just heard from Frank Stone as he gets ready to take on Khan this Saturday at the Pit. This is going to be an exciting matchup. I'll tell you, a lot of us guys at the Pack Podcast, we're very familiar with Frank Stone. We've seen Khan as well, but we really are fans of Frank Stone. This one is just coming from the heart of a fan. It's someone that appreciates the body of work. I'm going with Frank Stone in this one. I hope that he picks up the huge victory and what is hopefully many more appearances to come. Forrest, what do you think?
Mike, I'm gonna have to agree with you once again. Like I said, Frank Stone's is a fan favorite of the podcast. It's gonna be a good match. Khan's is no pushover by any means, but I think Frank Stone is gonna take home the dub. Case, what you got?
Man, I understand that Khan is Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champion along with Shane Taylor and Shane Taylor Promotions. But in single competition, I can't tell you a single time that he's won that I've seen. So like Michael and Forrest have said, we're all big fans of Frank Stone. So I think I have to go with old Franklin here and say Frank Stone going to get the dub. It's just, I'm biased. I really love Frank Stone. Carl, what do you think?
Case, I'm gonna agree with y'all. Frank Stone on this one. I love both these guys. We've seen them several times at different matches and different promotions, and both great gladiators, like Frank Stone said. But I'm gonna have to go with Frank on this one.
Next up, we got Kurt Gannon taking on Matthias live on the TSW Plus Texas Style Wrestling for our next contest this Saturday at the Pit. This is a tough one. I haven't seen much of these guys live in action. I'm going off of gut. I'm going off of looks. Kurt Gannon looks intimidating to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the tats. Maybe it's the stature. Something about his presence makes me think he is going to march into the pit and not leave without a victory. So I'm going with Kurt Gannon. Forrest, what do you think?
Mike, I think I'm with you. I'm not too familiar with either of these individuals, but I think off of looks and everything, I think I'll have to go Kurt Gannon too. He looks intimidating, man. This is gonna be a good one. Case, what you got?
Matthias has a man bun. I'm going Kurt Gannon. Carl, what do you think?
Oh gosh, after that, I don't know. I agree with y'all. I have not seen either one of these in action before, and I'm gonna go by my gut and by looks too with the size of Gannon, and I'll go with Kurt Gannon on this one.
November 27th in San Antonio, Texas, at the historic Woodlawn Gym, Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. Now, if you know anything about San Antonio, anything about wrestling in San Antonio, you know exactly who I am. And if you don't, that's fine, because everyone's going to soon learn the name Corvus. Now, all I keep hearing about Dog Pound Championship Wrestling is that's where the top competition is, where the toughest competition is. And that's interesting to me because I like nothing more than a good fight. So, November 27th, I'm coming to Dog Pound Championship Wrestling, and I want to see just how tough the competition really is.
Yes, sir. It's Playboy Tom Rex. Yes, sir. I can be there on November 27th. We're happy to pass an opportunity to wrestle the Dog Pound. Yes, sir. See you there. Oh, well, hello there. Tony Rex here, and I just got off the phone with the general manager, Aaron Presley, of the Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. Apparently, at San Antonio, Texas, historic Woodlawn Gym, he has a massive announcement. Spoiler alert, I am that massive announcement. Now, excuse me. So pretty.
We just heard from San Antonio native Corvus and Playboy Tommy Rex. Looks like we've got some new faces heading to Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. I guess we should give some impression as to what we see of these two. I mean, I think it's good to see a hometown hero and Corvus come to Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. Everyone likes a good hometown hero, so I'm excited to see what he can do. And then Playboy Tommy Rex, he has some swagger to him. He's got some sophistication. I'm not sure if that translates to any success in the ring. Too early to say, but he certainly enjoys looking at himself. Hopefully he enjoys wrestling just as much. Forrest, what do you see out of these two?
Honestly, I'm honestly not too sure. I've never seen these two individuals before, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they can bring. I think so. Yeah. Case, what you got?
Man, Corvus looked like he would take my lunch money, and Tommy Rex was like he would take my lunch money, then use hair products as he did it. And that's okay. That's okay. That's just the vibe I got from him. But I'm excited for new talent. Hopefully neither one of them takes my lunch money. And I hope that Tommy Rex can not look at a mirror long enough to compete in a match, and I'll be excited to review it and watch it. And that's all I really have to say about that. Carl, what do you have?
Case, I'm with you. I'm excited to see these two, what they bring to the Dog Pound. Corvus, he said he was from San Antonio, and if we didn't know his name, and he's evidently is well known in San Antonio, but we've not seen him as of yet at the Dog Pound. So I'm interested in seeing what these two both have to show and prove to us, what they can do in the upcoming weeks. Tommy Rex.
November 27th at the historic Woodlawn Gym. Aaron Presley, the general manager of Dog Pound Championship Wrestling, is requesting the presence of every single superstar on the roster. He says he has a big announcement, and I wonder what that big announcement could be. New match type, maybe some titles, who knows? All I know is that Caramel Lightning is going to continue running through the Dog Pound roster, creating his legacy, making his mark on Texas wrestling, because that's what I came here to do. So regardless of what the general manager has to say on the 27th, Caramel Lightning is going to stay ready. Peace out. See you boys there.
Next up is my least, the part of the show that I have least looked forward to. The resident stooge of Dog Pound himself, Midnight Special, had a few things to say.
Down. See, I told everyone within the sound of my voice on every social media platform far and wide that the only thing for sure about the Midnight Special is nothing's for sure. But you see, I haven't been announced yet for the next Dog Pound Championship Wrestling show on November 27th at the historic Woodlawn Gym. But that's all right. I ain't even mad at you, Dog. The Midnight Special shows up where he wants, when he wants. And it is a Midnight Special guarantee that on November 27th, the Midnight Special will be in the house. And I'm on the hunt. Since we are just about 2 weeks away from November the 27th, Dog Pound Championship Wrestling presents Hunt After the Harvest, where General Manager Aaron Presley has a huge announcement. And as I alluded to in my previous video, I think I know what that announcement is. Your very first inductee into the Dog Pound Championship Wrestling Hall of Fame, the Midnight Special. Thank you. Woo! Hey, baby, hold on, baby, right here, baby. How do you people feel about this? Oh, got the music. Got the music. Because it's too much. Oh, it's bringing tears to my eyes. Oh, I'm going to cry. I'm so overwhelmed with emotion right now. Thank you. Yes, thank you. All of you. I wouldn't be here without all of you. Midnight. That's right, thank you. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell all you out there in social media world, I'll tell all my fans out here right here live. The Midnight Special, it may only took me 10 years to get to the Hall of Fame, baby. But there's many more to come, and it is a Midnight Special guarantee that on November the 27th, Mr. Aaron Presley, I humbly accept this honor. Yes, baby. Play it. Play it again. Play it one more time for me. Please. Guys in the truck. Anybody? There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! Special out, baby. Thank you.
Midnight.
As we see, Midnight Special, the stain on Dog Pound, seems to believe that he's going to be inducted into the Dog Pound Hall of Fame. For what? Stomping on the image of Dog Pound, spitting on the logo, attacking wrestlers wearing a costume, coming out of the crowd. Is that Dog Pound to you? It's not to me. That's not to me. So it's a shame to me that he even believes that he'll get anywhere close to this Hall of Fame. I don't know who told him that was a good idea. I don't know. Like, maybe he talked to the wrong Aaron. I don't know. You guys know another Aaron? So no, he needs to stay far away from the building. We need more security so he doesn't get in. Less Midnight Special means more quality matches. So I'll talk to security after this. Let's see if we can keep him from the building. Guys, Forrest, what do you think?
Mike, I'm sensing a little beef between you and Midnight.
To say the least. I was at the last show. I was wearing my Halloween costume. I was a state trooper, and he called me Yogi Bear. So yeah, there is some beef.
Yes. That's probably. I didn't even think of that though. The announcement. That's got to be it. Midnight Special. Hall of Fame. Special. Who else is, he sits in the crowd with a horse head on for hours waiting to jump soda pop.
If you sit in the crowd with a horse head on, then jump a man with it on, that just screamed Dog Pound Championship Wrestling to me.
Tough, man.
That very well could be.
That's it. That's got to be it.
He answered it for it. He gave us a spoiler in the words of Paul Heyman. But I just absolutely so excited to see the Hall of Fame induction. And whenever it happens, we need everybody in the pit to chant midnight, midnight, midnight.
Bring your signs.
Bring your signs. Bring your midnight signs.
Yep.
I know the image of Dog Pound Championship Wrestling I want to see, and BoJack Horseman jumping from the crowd is not it. So Midnight, get lost. You're not touching the Hall of Fame. The Pack Podcast is here to tell you you're not getting there.
Yogi Bear, let's move on.
This is a great time to remind everyone, November 27th, your favorite wrestler's favorite DJ Tony Snow will be in the building. Official DJ and music producer, San Antonio native Tony Snow will be in the building to provide us some great music entertainment prior to the action. You're not going to want to miss it this Saturday night.
Goodbye, Yogi Bear. Oh,
To cap off our predictions, we have Charlie Haas versus Soda Pop Superfly Hendricks live on the Texas Style Wrestling Network to cap off November 27th at the Pit. This is going to be a great contest. We've seen Soda Pop really elevate his wrestling ability over the course of a few months. I mean, it's been impressive to watch, and I'm excited to see where he goes from here. But the experience, the talent, the technical ability, just the way that he knows the in and out of operating a wrestling ring says it all. Charlie Haas, I'm giving you the edge. Soda Pop, we still love you, still rooting for you. But Charlie, this is your night. Forrest, what do you think?
Man, I'm not going to be biased here, but come on. We all know who is going to – it's the experience that Haas has. And I honestly will say they're feeding Soda Pop to the wolves. I was really surprised that Haas is just going to work his magic, do what Haas does. Haas is going to, turn from limb to limb. So, sorry, Soda. Case, what you got?
Oh, man. I got to go with Forrest and Yogi Bear on this one. Man, it's Charlie Haas, and I know I joked about him losing to Alex Arsenal. There's nothing to be ashamed of in that, but it's still Charlie Haas. Alex had a lucky night, but consistently throughout years and years to come and before, Charlie Haas is a consistent wrestling machine, much like Kurt Angle, the man he was in Team Angle with. Like we had said, no disrespect to Soda Pop. He has a man bun, but I like him. Unlike Matthias. But, anyways, I just think that Charlie Haas is going to snap, crackle, pop, going to go for the leg, going to get him in the Haas of pain. And if Soda Pop's smart, he's going to have to tap. But there's no shame in there. He took out Xavier Daniels. Fantastic match. And I just think that Charlie Haas is going to come out on top, and there's no shame in it whatsoever. Charlie Haas for the win. Carl, who do you have?
Oh, I'm going to say Charlie Haas on this with y'all, with the experience. Hey, it's the greatest champion of all time. Soda Pop, yeah, he's been awesome in the matches we've seen. He's our buddy too. It's hard to do this, but most definitely on this one, I'm going to go with Charlie Haas.
Podcast like that.
Our last announcement of the night: Nightmare at the Woodlawn is now streaming exclusively on the Texas Style Wrestling Network. We mentioned it a few times throughout the show. That is going to be the place for everything Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. You can find it Apple Store, Google Play Store, wherever you download your apps. Texas Style Wrestling. This is where you're going to find us. Episode 1 is now streaming live. That concludes the preview episode. Before we wrap up, guys, any last thoughts, ideas, expectations as we head into the biggest show Dog Pound is going to put on yet, Hunt After the Harvest?
Man, all I got to say is that I will continue to be doing the Pro Wrestling Game Day. Please feel free. I will be going out to fans. You'll be on the Pack Podcast page. I'm just going to say, look out for us. Feel free to come talk to us. We love talking to fans, and especially come to the show. You can go on TSW Plus. You can. But there's nothing like Dog Pound Championship Wrestling in person, live. Come out to the meet and greet. If you have a kid that would love to go to the kids camp, put them in. What's it going to hurt? Unless Charlie Haas decides he woke up on the bad side of the bed that morning, might snap, crackle, and pop a kid's limb, but it happens. It all comes with the territory. Please come out to the show. Have a great time. And that's all I have to say about that. Anybody else?
Yes, yeah, most definitely. Saturday night, November 27th, San Antonio, Texas. Be there. Guys, bring your signs. Remember, it's a $100 contest, $100 best sign contest. We want to see those signs. Be creative. Make your sign. The superstars love them. They, you know, roots them on, or the bad guys. We don't care what they think. So bring your sign. Let's win $100. Like Kay said, we'll be there walking around talking to the great fans and interviewing, and you'll be on our website and our podcast. Please like and share our podcast. We definitely want to increase this, so please share and like this, as well as Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. Forrest, you got anything?
Yeah, I just want to say, y'all be sure to bring your Moonshine Mantel shirts. So when you pull out that dog.
Midnight special.
I think I'm going to burn
You'll be married. You want to finalize it?
I'm just going to say this is going to be an incredible night. Bring your family, bring your friends. The talent is loaded. Dog Pound Dojo has been working incredibly hard with so much of the talent, and DPCW is where all of that work comes to life. And so the Pack Podcast will be there. Come say hi to us. We're giving out $100. Bring your signs, bring your creativity, bring the energy. We've got the kids camp before, we've got the pro wrestling camp before, something for everyone of all ages. It's going to be a great night. Catch yours truly and Nigel Rabbit on the Texas Style Wrestling Network as we break down the action. That is where you can find Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. Support us on the platform, as well as this Saturday night. One last thing, there's a great wrestling show this Friday as well. Carl, you want to mention that?
Yes, just right outside Santa Galactic Wrestling, I believe it is. Castroville.
Yeah.
Huh?
Galactic Pro. Yep.
Galactic Pro Wrestling. Castroville, Texas. Our friend Don Holding will be there. Much of the superstars will be there. I'll be there for that event as well. So Friday night, November 26th, I believe 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Look it up on Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. We've got it announced there too. So be there for that. It's going to be a great show as well.
Tomorrow, enjoy your turkey. Friday, Galactic Pro Wrestling. Saturday night, in the pit, Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. I'm Michael. This has been the Pack Podcast, signing off.